Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video talking a bit about the fact that I've been wanting to restart my channel for quite a few weeks now. I'm not going to though, and here is why. I'm explaining it in this video, and I'm going to do a video about it on my main channel as well, because that's the kind of channel where I give like self-help advice, life lessons, spirituality, spiritual teachings, kind of that stuff. And this kind of really ties into that because it's all about growth, right? And so many people want to hide the years when they look back at even 3 years from now or 2 years from now, and they notice it's like, wow, I was really over dramatic, or wow, I was really annoying, wow, I talk so loud, whatever it may be, right? It's going to be different for everyone. Maybe we have some similar things that we feel really insecure about at times, but at the end of the day, it's just going to kind of, it affects your ability to grow as a person because you're always trying to highlight your life and everything that you think looks perfect at the time. But in the future, you look back at those things, and like I notice for me personally, I don't like how I was over dramatic. I was very aggressive. I still am aggressive, but it's something that I'm constantly working through, is the thing, right? And so I've already evolved from those stages of anger. I'm still going through it, yes, and I'm not fully through it, but I will get there. But trying to constantly restart things because you don't think it's good enough, like, it's never gonna be 100% good enough. It's gonna be how it's gonna be, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I personally like that style so much better when people are actually being, their authentic self and not caring what others think, and honestly just, and that's what I've been getting so inspired by lately. And that's why I wanted to restart my channel, actually, is because it's like, it's time to start being myself more. And it's not that I'm not myself, it's just that there are things that I felt way too insecure to show on camera or anything, like my aggression being one of the things. Sometimes I can be way too brutally honest, and aggressive at the same time, and it makes me really, really insecure because I don't want people thinking that I'm like some really bitchy person or whatever. And I know that sometimes that can like seem like that, although nobody who has like ever watched my channels or anything, even when that stuff has come up, has said anything like that. But I don't like how aggressive I am, so that's something that I'm working on because I was kind of born that way. Like, I was always kind of brutally honest and just say it as it is, and just really have no filter. And aggression has always been a part of my life, whether I like it or not, and it probably always will be, but I don't always completely even want to get rid of it. Like, I don't really want to get rid of it completely either because it's a part of who I am, and I have learned to admire it, but I also despise it because it makes me feel sometimes like people aren't going to like me for it, because although people do like me for it, but sometimes I feel like it's not going to be that way. Sometimes I feel like people are just only going to see that when I'm like, my anger acts out or something, and that's going to be everything that they notice, and that's it, right? So I get really insecure about that personally. So when I was watching some of my older videos on this channel the other day, and I have my main channel too that has the same kind of vibe to it in the past for past videos, and it's just like, I really wonder what people would think when they see my videos from now, and if they went back to go watch my older videos, they'd probably think I'm like really aggressive or really negative or really overdramatic. But again, it's like, you can't waste your time trying to perfect everything, because then you're just going to be wasting your fucking time and your fucking life entirely, because you're never going to be exactly who you want to be. You're never going to make videos the way you exactly want them to turn out. Like, everything is going to happen the way it's meant to happen. We can't make ourselves be our best versions all the time, right? Like, I can't choose to just hold my anger back all the time. Like, of course it is a choice, but it's also, like I said, a part of who I am. I can't just shut down my personality. That would be shutting down my whole personality if I were to just, and that's what I've been doing. And that's why I feel like I don't really like my content as much, because it's like I've been shutting that out. Although I'm still working through those things, because I also kind of, for many years, let my anger guide me so much that now it's kind of an addiction. And I've made a lot of progress over the last few years, though, so that's really amazing. But when I look back at those past videos from like even 5 years ago, it's a lot. It's really a lot for me, because it's like, honestly, they just don't. Maybe it was even 4 years ago, whatever. But it's like they seem so I seem so over dramatic and they seem kind of negative and all. But again, it's like starting my channel over, what's that gonna fucking do? Starting any project over for anyone, what's that gonna fucking do? Like, it's not bad to do it here and there, because at the same time it's also a lesson that you're learning, right? But it's also a lesson of self-acceptance, is really all it is at the end of the day, because you can't make yourself be who you are now. You couldn't have done that 3 years ago because you felt like you were being exactly who you are. You thought that was your life at that time. You thought that was everything you were and everything that your life was at that time. But now that you've evolved more and more and more, you look back at those things and you're like, wow, I thought that was interesting. I thought that stuff was cool. Like, that's weird, right? Or whatever. So we get so self-critical so much and so insecure about what other people are thinking about us all the time. Like, it's not going to make anything better to hide the growth process. Like, it's not really going to change anything about me right now if I were to restart my channels entirely right now and just hide my aggression stages from the past. It's not going to, nothing's going to change really at all. Like, all it's going to do is it's going to be a continuous loop of restarting and restarting and restarting. And that's what happens that's why I said it's like a lesson of self-acceptance, because it's like you're not accepting yourself. You're just self-judging so much that you're just letting your insecurities tear your projects down or whatever, whether that's your channels or music or whatever it may be, making pictures, whatever, photography, anything. It could be absolutely anything. Writing, even, that happens a lot too. You could be very self-critical with that, and that's not overly a bad thing. It's a part of life, right? And it helps you also work harder and do better next time. However, like I said, it's like a lesson of self-acceptance, because at the end of the day, it's just going to be a continuous cycle where you're just constantly, I need to restart, I need to restart, I need to restart, right? And that's perfectionism, and you don't want that, because it gets really annoying real fucking fast, because you just try and perfect everything all the time, and that's going to hold you back a lot in life, right? So that's what I'm going to talk about more on my main channel, more so for like collectively more than my personal life. But I really found that this was an interesting thing to talk about, because I find it kind of interesting that I want to start my channel again, and I would like to, because it would make everything look more organized and seem more organized, and it would be more of who I am now. But you can't just tear out the past and pretend like it didn't happen. And again, it's going to be a constant loop of, you didn't like this about yourself 5 years ago, you didn't like this about yourself 3 years ago, you didn't like this about you a year ago. Like, it's going to keep going and going and going, and eventually it becomes perfectionism, and you just keep going through that cycle, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And it's not going to make your projects better. It's not going to make you feel any better about you or what you're doing in your life. So just doing what you want to do and being who you are in the moment is all you can really fucking do. And just be happy about that, because, people are going to like you and not like you no matter what you do. And you can't just tear out the past and pretend like it never happened, because that's gonna be a really brutal fucking life, because that's like trying to live in a utopian society, right? And it's not like that here, and it's not like that in our lives either. Nothing is perfect, and it's never gonna be that way. We're just gonna drive ourselves crazy and ruin our lives entirely by trying to make everything perfect. So anyways, I talked a lot in this video, made it a lot longer than I actually expected it was going to be. I thought that I was actually going to end it like 5 minutes ago, but that didn't happen. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And also, if you guys have any video topics that you think would be interesting to make similar videos like this, let me know in the comments. And as always, I will link my main channel in the description below this video.